was in some sense sectional. The men from the far south, strangely enough, were quite radical. September 11th. September 11th. September 11th. Make sure you register. FDMGfestival.com. Vendors, FDMGvending@gmail.com. Performers and speakers, FDMGperformances.com. If you don't register, you will not get the gift bag. So if you want your gift bag, you got to be registered, family. General questions about the fest, FDMGfestival@gmail.com. Just doing the work. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Get the work done. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Denver, Colorado, Friday night, this Friday, 3 days. Denver, I am back. Garvey celebration. Louisville, 4 days, Saturday. Louisville, I'm back. Macon, Georgia, Sunday, I'm back. It's Garvey weekend. Harlem, New York, Garvey's birthday. Tuesday, August 17th. I am back. Kenosha, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee doubleheader on August the 21st. In the morning, we're at the Jacob Blake rally, Kenosha, and in the evening, Milwaukee book release, Black Parent Advocate, St. Croix, August the 28th, and that's going to round out Black August.
FDMGfestival.com.
And we want them to come, Baba Oshi, so they can see the school. Yeah. In other words, they won't be able to get inside, but, you know, there's been a lot of rumors saying we don't own it, or it's a shack and it's a hole in the wall. I promise you this, when they walk on this block and see what we got, everybody who bought into that propaganda is going to be a Catholic school-looking buildings. These are modern. This campus is only 10 years old. It was built from the ground on a $13 million budget. So we are talking about modern buildings. And once they are ready to go, we will be the largest independent black school campus in America. And we will be the only independent black school in the country who actually owns and controls 2 school buildings. We have the Garvey building on the left side of the street, the Douglas building on the right side of the street, and we have 2 gymnasiums, the large gymnasium inside of the Frederick Douglass High School and the small gymnasium, Nat Turner John Jacques Dessalines, which is next to the Garvey Elementary School, and we still have a 4th building on the corner that we still have not decided what its use will be. So we will be the biggest independent school in the country.
You know,
and when I say independent, Baba, I'm meaning in the traditional sense of independent.
Right.
That means no loans from white people.
Right.
No grants from white people.
Yeah, solely supported by us.
But they're not.
Right.
They're not
solely supported by us.
They're getting funded from white folks. We are truly independent.
Because that was so wrong that these Negroes came together and did this to this community. These brothers and sisters worked hard to establish that school. But, of course, it wasn't independent. You know?
It wasn't independent. And you see with that example, Baba, I wasn't aware of all of that went down, so I can't speak to it, but I will say this. You saw, just with that example, as to why you need to own your own school.
Yeah.
Them charter schools were not started for us. They were started for white folks, and because they were started for white folks to use public money to create a school that appears to be private but is still publicly owned, whenever black people open up charter schools, the state always takes an adversarial disposition towards us. Everywhere there's black charter schools, there's drama with the state because they don't want you to have them.
Right.
They don't want you to have them. And even though the money is free because it comes with the student, Baba, and that's really the attraction of the charter school. The attraction of the charter school is you don't have to worry about the funding because the money that the student got from the public school comes to them when they enroll at the charter school. So that's the attraction. But what we don't see hidden in that attraction is a lot of evil energy, Baba, because the hoops that they make you jump through.
Yeah. And not only that.
And the expectations and the requirements, it is almost impossible for you to meet them all.
Right,
It's
because
ridiculous.
you could not solely have an African-centered curriculum administered at those schools. You have to go by the dictates of the public instruction, the Department of Public Instruction.
The charter school is an alternative public school by law, Baba, by law. You do not own it. And the big mistake we made, Baba, was we were fighting for community control in the 60s and 70s. Remember that?
Yes.
We wanted to control the public school, community control. We wanted to decide who gets hired, who gets fired. We wanted to approve what got taught. You can hire who you want, but we got to confirm who you want. It's just like the Supreme Court. The president can nominate an attorney general, but we got to approve that attorney general. You can nominate a Supreme Court justice, but the Congress has to approve them. That's what community control was all about. But when they rolled out that charter in the 90s, Baba, a lot of these black community activists, and I'm not judging, I'm just giving the historical record. A lot of these black community activists saw that money, and they said, well, you know what? Maybe we don't need to keep fighting for community control. Because if we open up a charter, we can pay ourselves a nice salary, and we ain't even got to do no work.
You know,
so
Milwaukee.
DrUMAR opens up a charter school, Baba. I'll make myself the CEO, pay myself $150,000, but then I'm going to hire me a principal to do all the work. So I'm on the payroll, but I'm not doing anything to earn this money, and that's what a lot of charter schools, black and white, do, Baba. It is a very good way to earn an income for yourself without really doing any work. Now, don't get me wrong. There are CEOs who do work. Don't get me wrong. But yet and still, you know, most schools never had a CEO in the traditional sense. You just had a principal.
Yeah, because I've experienced
was
that.
The creation of the charter school to get paid.
Total control.
We are so thirsty for free money that we fail to recognize what we lose. Look at all these charter schools being shut down. Black charter schools all across the country. Baba, I'm getting emails damn near every month. Another black charter school is either shut down or at risk of losing a charter or being charged with financial misappropriations, or the test scores is too low, or one of the white teachers is accusing them of racism. Why go through all that? For what? Open up your own, and that is the message that I'm taking to Denver Friday. That is the message I'm taking to Louisville Saturday. That's the message I'm taking to Macon, Georgia Sunday, to Harlem on Tuesday, to Kenosha on the 21st, to Milwaukee on the night of the 21st, and also, Baba, I'll be in St. Croix, the U.S. Virgin Islands, on August the 28th. The Rastafari community is inviting me out there to keynote the 84th anniversary of the Ethiopian World Federation, which turns 84 years old this summer. And so I'll be in St. Croix, which, as you know, is a U.S. territory. So they also, you know, are part of this whole American white supremacist power structure. So that's my same message there. Why go through all? I see what charter schools go through, Baba. I'm a former charter school principal and vice principal. I never will put myself through that. Because the minute they decide they want to shut you down, Baba, they'll make up a reason. They'll create something. It's just not worth it. And I'm seeing too many black people, whether we talking charter schools, Baba, whether we talking community buildings, community organizations, 85% of all black infrastructure is financially controlled by white folks. And that is embarrassing.
Say that again.
You can hardly find a black organization
How much?
that is not taking white money.
Say that again.
85 to 95% of all black infrastructure is controlled by white folks financially. The NAACP, totally funded by whites. Urban League, totally funded by whites. Most of your community-based organizations, totally funded by whites. Many of your fraternities and sororities, the Divine Nine, funded by whites. How the hell can you fight for black people when you're taking white money And when you take that money, Baba,
That's
it
right.
compromises your political integrity.
Exactly.
Because now you can't say that you support the black man with the black woman. You can't say that.
No, because you can't.
That goes against the multicultural approach of this government. You can't say same-sex relationships is a threat to the black family. You can't say that. So not only are you taking their money, they control what you can say. They control what you can do. When I go speak, Baba, damn near everywhere I speak, I got to have a conversation with the person bringing me in because they getting funded by white folks. And they're like, Dr. Umar, well, you know, the funders, they're a little concerned about you coming in because you don't support homosexuality and you don't support. I said, I didn't got to support it. But I'm not coming here to talk about it either. I know you're getting white man's money, so I'm not going to talk about black man's issues. You understand? I'm going to keep it real clean and real cut and dry so you don't get in no trouble. But yet and still they be so afraid, Bob, because they're like, if Dr. Umar says the wrong thing, these white folks going to pull the chair out from under us, man. I'm embarrassed. I know the Honorable Marcus Garvey is embarrassed. All of our Pan-African nationalist forefathers and mothers are embarrassed that 400 years later, we still want to beg from white folks while we waste $2 trillion a year. Why do a people who have that type of money that we waste every day, Baba, got to sit around begging white folks to help us out financially? It don't make no damn sense.